we've got another one, guys. We are here once again with another unboxing video. Big package today, but I'm seeing the branding on the side, and that's going to be my cue to shout out the team who sent me this. This video is brought to you by EasyDive, the team in Italy who are the purveyors and makers of arguably some of the best underwater housings and lights on the market at the moment. So, as you can probably imagine, as an underwater videographer, an underwater photographer, this one really excites me. So, enough gibble gabble from me. What I will say is, if you are interested in the products that I'm about to unbox, or you want to visit EasyDive, because it's not just these, they have like a vast range of products. What I would say, check out the link that's on the screen right now, hit the link above right here, and also please check out the link that is in the description that will take you to EasyDive's website. Now with all that said, let's get unboxing. Just wondering why we're sticking out. We've got proper protection going on here. Let's get rid of that. Up. Wow. Many toys. many toys. I like the padding. It is very well protected. Got to give them kudos for that. Let's get rid of all that for now. Up. Right, what have we actually got in here? These guys have sent me a lot. Wow. There's a lot going on here. More padding. Okay, nice little box. Let's put that on the side. We have another box. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, that is an iPhone underwater housing. Oh, yes. Up. And what have we got here? These look like arms, I believe. So, oh, get rid of that. Up. That's gone. Let's look at the toys. So, we have got the Leo3 Smart. We have got what, I'm actually not sure what these are. Let me have a quick look inside because this might merit more than one video. It does. Do you know what? I'm going to put these aside for now, just over on my side table here. And what I'm going to say is, if you want to find out what's in these boxes, tune in for the next video. Check out what's in the Leo3 iPhone underwater box. So, as always, bring it in. Let's have a look here. So guys, here we are with the unboxing for the EasyDive Leo3, which is, from what I can see on the back, an iPhone underwater housing. I already mentioned at the top of the video, if you do want to check these guys out, easydive.it. The box is nice and sturdy, always like that, as I keep on saying in all of these videos. Let's actually take a look at what goodies lie inside. So, we've got more padding here. Again, as I've said before, we can get rid of that. Right, let's start with some of the basic stuff. So, what have we got here? Let's open this bad boy up. That feels really sturdy. I believe that's going to be one of the handles for when you're transporting the whole rig setup. What's really cool that I noticed right off the bat, have a look at these clamps. Normally you only get two slots with the clamps, so one end clips onto one side and then you've got something else that clips onto this end. The fact that these have got three, that is great craftsmanship. So I really like the fact that you've got a 3 connection clamp here, so that's awesome. Let's just put that aside for now. And then, oh god, it's quite heavy, I have to say. Let's put the box aside. That thing's got some weight to it. Let's unbag it and then weigh it. So, good. Up. Safety first, as they say. So that's all taken care of. Now, let's have a look at this thing. Oof! That is not a toy for children. Look at that! That is an absolute thing of beauty. Oof! Okay, I'm impressed. I'm really, really impressed. I'll leave that on for now. But again, we'll leave this on for now. But let's open her up and see what she looks like. And so once you've taken the bolts off here, what you actually need to do, so those come off. What you actually have to do then is you push these down. So push where they were clamped on before, you then push them down here. And then that will cause the case to open. It is quite tight, I have to say, but, well, even now it's still tight. But once you've got it open, here we go. Really beautiful inside. So it is worth mentioning that these Leo3 housings, which are made of heavy duty metal, are completely electronic on the inside. We'll go into a bit of detail after when we cut the camera back to me, but for now, what you have is you literally just push that up, so it's got a really nice screw joint there. Pull that up, and that is the case for the iPhone. So your phone effectively would fit right in here. Now, as you can see, let me just bring this closer. This one is for the iPhone XS Max, so the XS Max. Now, what's really cool about EasyDive and the brand in general is that if you get one of these housings, they can just send you a mold for whenever you upgrade your phone, because obviously, like a lot of people nowadays, we don't just have the one phone, right? We maybe get the one phone. Some people upgrade every year, but we get the one phone, we keep it for a few years, and then we upgrade to the newer phone, right? So what's really cool about this housing is that essentially you won't need to buy a whole new housing. So that's awesome. You just call them up, get one of these molds made, and then that goes literally slide in, bop, and chang, and we're good to go. Also, what's cool about this, which I've noticed, you've got a little lens here. Now, this lens, you may not be able to see it on here, very small. Now what you can actually see if I put it on its side is it is both a macro lens. Let me get that in focus. It's both a macro lens and also a wide angle lens, macro to wide. I did test it out just off camera before, and the wide angle, while not being fisheye by any stretch of the imagination, is very impressive. And the macro, it will pretty much give you the same sort of resolution as I'm giving you here. So, you know, you'll pick up details on the fingers, you'll get a good clear image. You're not ever going to be able to get anything like tiny little details on a nudibranch, but I have tested this out, it is good. So let's put that over to the side for a moment. And now we actually have the housing itself. So, as I said, the housing, completely battery powered. What you have here, this is the part that would connect into your iPhone, right? And if you want to charge the battery, that pops out, that unplugs, and you literally just connect it with your standard micro USB in, right there. This thing, from what I've been told, along with, now it's flashing to let us know it's not plugged in anymore, that's fine. But this thing, along with a fully charged iPhone, is meant to give you up to 10 hours of shooting time underwater. So that's really quite an impressive feat. Let's cut back to me a second. All in all, my first impressions with this thing is, as I alluded to when we were starting to unbox, is I am seriously impressed. It's sturdy, it feels well made. I love the material it's made with. I can't quite figure out if it's maybe titanium or Kevlar, but I mean, considering its size, I guess it's lightweight, but I have to say, I was expecting maybe something a little bit lighter, considering it's an iPhone housing, so maybe that's potentially a negative, but I mean, these are minor things we're talking about. What I would say is I have weighed it. This thing comes into 2.5 kilos, just the housing with the parts I just took apart inside. So before putting lights or anything on, you're already looking at 2.5 kilos for this thing. I guess the flip side of that is that underwater photography gear for most part is not light anyway. And a lot of our GUE community are technical divers, and usually what goes hand in hand with that is heavy diving equipment anyway. So I guess for our community, this housing shouldn't deter you all that much. The really nice thing, again, for the tech divers out there, this thing is rated to 150 meters. It has got a double O-ring seal on it, which is really, really nice. The buttons feel like they're well made, and it all just works. You know when something's very satisfying, like when, ironically, like when you do an unboxing of something, but when something works and it's satisfying, it's got that je ne sais quoi to it. It's got that special flavor and feel to it. My first impression, without having actually tested it yet, is I can't wait to get in the water with this thing. I think the thing that EasyDive need to be absolutely commended for is this though. These molds that they make with their 3D printers back in Italy, I think this is a stroke of consumer genius. Some people might be skeptical and say, well, it doesn't make much business sense to, you know, just not keep reselling housings. I can tell you honestly, as an underwater photographer, I hate the fact that every time a new camera comes out, I have to get accordingly a new underwater housing for it, because it just, you know, it's not a cheap pastime doing underwater photography or videography, especially if you're doing it professionally. You're looking at, you know, thousands of pounds or thousands of dollars then. But what they've done here, which I think makes so much sense considering that the camera that you're getting on phones are getting so good now, especially with the new generations of iPhone 11, iPhone 12, the Samsung Galaxy cameras are obviously incredible, the Sony Xperia cameras. This thing isn't just made for iPhone. They do a wide range of molds. So literally all you need to do is get one of these housings and contact them to when you're ordering it to get the right mold. And then the mold will essentially allow any phone you have to be taken in this housing. I mean, how cool is that? Obviously, I imagine it's not going to be for the older phones like the iPhone 3s and 4s and your Samsung Galaxy S1s and S2s, but for the more modern phones, which to be honest is what the point of this would be, because it's the more modern phones that have got the great cameras, this is a stroke of genius. I also have to commend them for their little lens. I think that, again, having both one lens which deals with macro and wide angle, so clever. Absolutely love that detail. So, and that I think is the important word here, detail. They just seem to have thought of everything. The way that there's a battery pack included, the way that they've got all the wires included. Man, even the way that they've got the handle included, and the handle, as I said, which has got a triple clamp mechanism. I mean, it's absolutely great. Everything's been thought of here. And for that alone, my first impressions are very positive. The only downsides I can note, you know, item out the box, the only downside I can note, the housing was a little bit tricky to open. But I guess the flip side to that is it's because it's got a double O-ring, so it was always going to be a bit difficult. But there is a technique to doing it, as I said, which is pushing the clamps forward. And it is a little bit on the heavy side, but again, for most of our community who travel with a lot of, you know, heavy equipment, I guess you're going to be accustomed to it. All in all, the Leo3 Smart from EasyDive, I'm really impressed with it. Really impressed with it. So the link to the Leo3 Smart is right above me now and down in the description below. If you would like to see more of EasyDive's products, obviously visit their website, which is being displayed on screen at the moment. And yeah, be sure to look out for my updates on my Instagram feed at Nico Lurot. I'll be doing a full review of all of this product once I come back from Mexico, but do keep touch with me on Instagram just to see how it's going daily with these products. So until next time guys, stay cool, stay safe. This has been the Leo3 from EasyDive, and safe diving. See you soon.